I was a 96 Bravo intelligence analyst, and I had three missions. I had my primary mission was drug and weapons interdiction analysis. My secondary mission was guerrilla warfare analysis, and my tertiary mission was political analysis. So, for all
Wow.
intents and purposes, I got paid for my opinion. I was online. I think I was scrolling through Facebook. It might have been Instagram. It was something like that, one of the social medias. And I saw that, and it's like, well, it certainly wouldn't hurt my feelings to get my disability to go up. I had once I tried doing it on my own, and it wound up getting dropped, or they wanted to drop it. And I was able to fight that, and it wound up going up considerably, but it only went up to 80. And then the guys that I knew that were working at the VA, I was real hesitant to do anything because it's like, no, I don't want to put in for an increase and not have it worded right or do something that winds up getting it dropped and it just burns everything and whatnot. So I left it alone at 80 for quite a few years. And when I saw that, it's like, okay, let's see what they can do. And I'm glad I did. What I don't think a lot of people necessarily understand is that, especially with the VA, you can file whatever gripe that you want to say that, well, I deserve a disability because of this. But the fact of the matter is, they want you to state it in a specific way and link it to a specific thing. And then they want something that basically says, well, you've linked it before in these other cases. And it's like, if you don't have somebody that's basically on the inside, or at least inside that whole sphere, it's like you're not going to succeed. I mean, it's just that simple. It was relief. It really was. My girlfriend had passed away in October of 22, and her son and I had, especially since her passing, gotten really close. And we talked about it a lot. And he realized that my time in service actually had a really profound effect on the person that I was. And, even before she died, he was seriously considering going into the Army. And this last weekend, he wound up graduating from basic training. Because I had gotten that back payment, I actually had the money to go down to Houston, pick up one of his mother's buddies, and then we went up to Fort Sill and we were there for his graduation. And while they were walking over there, he leaned over and he looked at her and he says, to be honest with you, I really see Kevin as dad. But he has called me dad from time to time, and that just really means a lot to me. And so I'd been praying that this money would come in time for me to be able to afford to take that trip, and it did, and thank God for it. I would tell them that patience is necessary, but it's not so much with y'all as much as it is with the VA. As difficult as it is, as much as you see the need, the best thing to do is just be patient. You can check the portals daily if you really feel like you need to, and not to bank on anything until it's in the bank. It's wonderful to be able to go out, do the window shopping, and say, okay, when I get this money, I'm going to go and I'm going to use X amount of it to pay for this, and I'm going to, whatever. That's fine. That's wonderful. It's actually kind of smart because then you can find the better prices to handle everything that you need to get and everything. That's not a bad idea. But don't go out, don't start writing checks and then say, oh, wait a second, it didn't come in yet, because that'll definitely bite you. As far as who I would go to, I would absolutely recommend Trajector to go through, because y'all have handled so many claims and everything before, and I've tried handling my own claims. And if you don't do it correctly, if you don't do it perfectly right and use the right verbiage and everything, then they're just going to look at you like there is no way on earth that you possibly have that much of a problem, and you're screwed. Yeah, I mean, for a lack of a better way to put it. I mean, to me, I'm looking at it, it's like that can't be connected to this. But y'all were saying, well, actually, there's studies that have been shown that these things are connected. And it's like, okay, so put in for that too, because you never know what's going to wind up being that final piece that pushes even the VA math over the top. Honestly, I would have to say the entire Trajector staff. I mean, everybody that I talked to, from the in processing, the evidence gathering, the whole 9 yards, the nurse and everybody. I've got to say thank you, because if it wasn't for the knowledge and the experience that y'all have in handling all this kind of stuff, I'd probably still be stuck at 80% and I'd be grumbling about every minute of it. Yeah. So yeah, it's like I would have to say a very deep, heartfelt thanks to everybody over there, because there's no doubt in my mind that it would not have worked out as well or as easily if I would have had anything less than your experience on my side.